Hey USG, welcome back to the grow room, giving you guys an update on this grow room. I think this is probably the first major update that I give you guys with actual plants. It's been a wild ride in here, but I guess I'm gonna give you guys, you guys won't see it, but I will verbally give you guys the good, the ugly, the bad, and everything. It might get a little rambly, it might be a long one, so just hopefully you guys will just sit down for the ride and just listen. I'll try not to get too rambly, but if you guys know me, you know me. Anywho, so what you guys are seeing here in front, and just to stamp this video up front, it is April 10th. So we are almost at our frost date. If I go by the farmer's almanac that I asked our good old Alexa, she's telling me April 16th. So technically I should be starting to hardening these things off, but this week is kind of a little hectic for me with appointments, so we'll make it happen. But these are my peppers and my eggplants and tomatillos over there that are going bananas. But we will tell you what we have been doing with these guys here. They are large and in charge, as you guys can see here. I have been trying to bottom water these guys for the most part. Right now they're feeling a little light, so I'm in here right now to kind of water these guys. You will see that the top of some of these things, some of them are a little dark, some of them are a little light, so I am going to be watering these things, but these have been topped off, and not for the purpose of I want them to bush out, which you can start seeing here a little bit. Some of them will be bushing out, but because they are at the point that up here, because they were topped off, they were going to start to flower. These things were started, I don't have the dates here, but if you've watched any of my videos, I think they were started in March, the beginning of March 1st, March 2nd, somewhere along those lines. And they're almost a month and a half old, which is fine. I usually do top my peppers off, and like I already stated, not for the production of, you know, more stems, bushy, all of that stuff, is just because that's a custom, because they just in here too long. Now they do, you know, went through the process of being started in these 6 cells to being in these, I think these are 2-inch pots, and now they are in these solo cups, because obviously they moved up very rapidly, and it was because of the roots and the rapid growth, and not because they were root bound, but just because I knew that they were going to be in here for that long. I have some tomatoes, and this is a whole story in itself, but are they doing that well? Not really. These are just 2 that I held on to, and I'll tell you that story in a few. Some of my eggplants here, I'm not sure if this is an eggplant. These are one of these kind of things that we're just going to hold on and see what happens with them. But I also have sage. This is lemongrass that is going bananas here, and 3 tomatillos over here, which have also been topped off, and they are growing side shoots here as well. So everything here in this top rack is doing wonderful. Yes, they still do have their heat mats, and they are turned off and on, as well as the lights. Down here I just have my seeds. Over here I have, if you've watched my videos, I have this little kind of kitchen herb garden that I want to kind of establish. I'm still going back and forth if I'm going to be keeping them inside or if I want to put them outside. But here I have basil, here is cilantro, I have 2 things of thyme, one thing of oregano, and I only have one of oregano, so I am going to definitely have to start another one inside, or just get another one from the big box store, which is okay if you do that. At this point, I'm doing so much that if I have to buy or start, it is what it is. And flat leaf parsley. So I'm gonna go ahead and move these to the top so I can talk to you guys on what is going on back here. All right, so this is where the story gets really, really funky. So these tomatoes, these are my determinate tomatoes, and yes, they are leggy, they are this, they are that. I am leaving them here because, as I already stated, we are so close to our last frost date that I refuse to transplant them. And because we can obviously put tomatoes into the ground a little deep, because they will grow roots all up and down the stem. So I'm just gonna leave them here and just pot them into the ground deeper. So I am going to leave them here as long as they stay healthy. I have 2 peppers here which did not germinate with my other peppers, so I have come down to the conclusion that I'll just have a later round of peppers into the fall with this arroz con pollo and this habanada. So it is what it is. Over here I have my flowers, and the situation that I've been having here is I've just have a kickback of growing issues. So it's either I'm loving on them too much or I'm neglecting them. I don't know what is going on. Now, if you watch any of my videos prior to this one, this is my new grow space. So if somebody has been living here, because this is actually an actual bedroom, now it's a spare room. When somebody lives in this space, it has been a cold space. But now, since I have all of these heat mats and lights and all of that stuff, this room becomes really, really hot. So yesterday, here in Bronx, New York, outside was 75, 76 degrees. This room here was 82 degrees. Now I have, one of these temperature gadgets, and right now it's 78 degrees. Now that's just the ambient temperature, soil temperature, because of our heat mats. I don't know. These are not one of the ones that are, controlled. These just stay on, turn off, etc. So I don't know. It's my first year growing in here, so I'm still learning it. I was growing the years past in my basement and I didn't have an issue, so I've had a lot of kickback, unfortunately. And between my tomatoes and my flowers, these flowers, I've started them twice. My tomatoes, between my determinates and my indeterminates, I've started them 3 or 4 times already. Now, unfortunately, it's a waste of seed, but there's just nothing that I can do. So this is my 3rd or 4th wave of my indeterminate tomatoes, and as you can see, they need a watering, but that's what I'm here for. And I'm mad about it, but at the same time I'm not, because once these things hit the ground outside, they're just gonna hit the ground and run. I don't think that I'm a bad space right now, because tomatoes grow ferociously, literally. And I've had this happen. Well, I haven't had this intense situation happen, but I've had this situation happen to 1 or 2 of my tomatoes, and I've put a tomato literally maybe the size of this to a tomato the size of that, and they've match the size literally rapidly. And that was last year. So I'm not worried. I have a pretty decent growing season here that I know I will definitely get a big production. But I started them all over again, and this is pretty much where they are at. And I've had a good germination. I'm not too concerned. All my seeds are from my gardener, most of them, if not from rareseeds.com. And you guys, if you know, you know. And I also have some peppers here. This is a Rebecca. I have some peppers here as well, and we're just doing what we're doing. But these are perfect because now I get to harden them off even easier because they don't even have their true seed, their true leaves, and it'll just make it much easier for me to put them out. Over here I have a hodgepodge or a mix of a bunch of things. Also, I guess this is the second round of some indeterminate tomatoes, and some of them came up, some of them did not. I have marigolds, eucalyptus. That's what I'm hoping that is, because sometimes things get seeded in different places, and the label just doesn't get labeled, and it is what it is. I was very happy with this tray over here with the Lysianthus. I think I have to divide them because they're growing. They have true leaves, but I think since they're so bunched up together, especially these, I don't think they're doing much. So I don't know, this was an experiment to me. They're from Johnny Seeds, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know, we'll see. I really haven't had much time to do this experiment because, to be honest, my vegetables are more important, and since I've had such a hard time with my tomatoes, which should be the easiest thing in the world, this has been on the back burner. So it is what it is. And down here, don't mind all my wires, they have to go somewhere. The hardest thing, which I thought would be I mean exactly what I just said, which I thought would be the hardest thing, lavender, no co-stratification, none of that thing. I have 3 plants of lavender. I have a bunch of chamomile. I gave my sister some chamomile. I have some dahlias, as you can see here, so that would be my first succession of dahlias, and chamomile for the hills, and another thing of thyme. So I'm not concerned with the thyme that I had outside. If you guys are not new to the channel, that thyme has been with me for years, and I think it finally kicked the bucket. So now I have plenty of time to replace it. And I mean, like time, like literally time, not time like in father time. I also have a rosemary in here, which I'm very proud of, actually. And all of these things are done without co-stratification. Now, maybe some of these flowers are having issues because, they need co-stratification. I don't know. I've been watching some homesteaders talk about, some of these asters and coneflower and all of this stuff needing co-stratification. It might help germination and all of this stuff, and I get it, but I've been able to grow coneflower. I have one down there where I showed you guys the lavender, and I get to do all of that stuff without co-stratification. I mean, it's a risk that I run, but I get germination without a problem. So I just choose not to stick my seeds in there if I don't need to. But that's pretty much what's going on in here. So far, everything looks amazing, besides the plenty of hiccups that I've had with my tomatoes, which seems to be the easiest thing to grow. But other than that, my peppers went jiggy with it. They have been loving my peppers and my eggplants. They have been loving this room. I mean, I have been getting unfortunate fungus gnats here, and I mean, this thing I got from Temu. And I was able to hang 2 of them. And yesterday, it was not working, but yesterday was like the first day that I actually ended up turning off the lights. I haven't been turning them off because I have baby plants growing here, i.e. the flowers and the tomatoes. But yesterday I actually turned everything off because, it's so hot in here. And I actually nabbed a few. And by a few, I mean a lot of those little suckers. So I'm very happy with that. So the only thing besides waiting for these things to hopefully pop up, which you can see, I'm starting to get, my zinnias. I don't know what this is. That looks like a celosia that shouldn't be there. But I'm starting to get my zinnias. I'm going to water them in again. The only thing that I really need to sow inside would be cucumbers. Outside, I already amended my beds. I'll probably put pictures up with the stuff that I used. I use whatever is on sale or I could get my hands on. We are on a budget here in USG. But we already did that. So the backyard garden is ready to go, ready to receive once I harden these things off and once we are out of the danger of frost. But I already went ahead and sowed some bok choy. We have our strawberries out in our vertical green stalks and they are doing amazing. I got those from Walmart. The ones that were in there last year, they did okay. We did lose some over the winter, but we replenished with the ones we got from Walmart. And what else is out there? The raspberries are doing amazing. And do I have anything else out there? No, I don't think I have anything else out there. Oh, and the thyme did do okay, but not the thyme that died. That was just seeds that were left in the soil and they're coming up from last year. The garlic, but I will do a tour out there so you guys can see what we have out there and how everything is doing. We added a vertical arch, and that will be for our cucumbers and whatever else I desire to put out there, but that will be in a future video so you guys can see that. And other than that, the other life that we have in here, and this needs to be trimmed because it is already touching the light, and as you can see, it is burning it. But my husband has been enjoying this. He puts it on his white rice. But the basil is going crazy in this arrow garden. And this is the only thing that's growing here right now. I just took out the lettuce that was here, so I have an empty space. And I put, you see here, there's baby ones. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 more lettuce, lettuce seeds. I put multiples in here, and we'll see which one decides to take over. Because I just went to the supermarket, guys, and I bought 2 heads of lettuce, 2, and it needs water, so I have to add water. Thank God I'm in here. That's why I'm in here. I came in here to water everything. I just went to the supermarket and I bought 2 heads of lettuce. $4, guys, for each head of lettuce. I spent $8. I refused, but I wanted lettuce. I wanted a Caesar salad, but it's ridiculous. And here I can grow bunches. I refuse to grow lettuce outside because it kind of gets a little dirty. Call this bougie or call me bougie, but it just comes out clean here and it's just perfect. It's easy. So I'll be trimming this basil down. It's perfect because I could literally come in here and trim this piece or trim this piece and it'll just keep going. What I'll do is in this little spot here that I just took out the lettuce, I'll add more basil and I'll just keep it going. My husband puts it in either eggs or white rice and he eats it that way. He loves it. He says it's delicious. So other than that, this is booming. I can't wait to get everything out of here, and then this will be storage for all my yarn that I have in my room that I crochet in the winter. Other than that, we are doing a-okay here. Let's just hope and pray that my tomatoes continue to grow, my flowers come out, because mama needs flowers, because even the flower bouquets that I used to get for $3.99 for the carnations and the simple daisies and all that other stuff that you call, the just assorted arrangements, they went up to $4.99 or $5.99. So listen, you got a seed, plant it and let it grow, because at this point you got to grow your own food and make your own flower arrangements, because staying out here is rough. All right, guys, this video has gotten a little too long, but I just wanted to bring you guys in to show you what is going up in this grow room and let you know my successes, my failures, and all that stuff. But it definitely was not my medium. At least I don't think it was. I just think it was just a situation that was happening in here, the ambient temperature, maybe the gardener, maybe too much love, maybe lack of love. The Lord knows what it was. But it's happening, it's going, definitely fixing it. But we will win at the end. We definitely will, because where there's a will, there's a way, and where there's a seed, we definitely will grow. So as always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will definitely see you guys on the next one and in the garden. Bye for now.